too sure where it goes, is it? This is the point of this video, though.
It is.
Because I'm going to learn. Hello. Sorry, hello. By the way. Thanks for joining us. Oh, yes, that was Cici's suggestion. Wicked bass riff. We thought we'd just chat about our favourite riffs or some riffs that mean something to us and might to you, and you might have similar.
Shaped our playing, and hopefully try and teach you some as well.
Totally. Oh yeah.
And teach each other.
Yeah, no, I can do with some lessons on the Schism thing. But yeah, hopefully this is Cici. I'm Lee. Hello. Hopefully you might have seen our other video of introducing us.
Yeah, was it two bass players meet for the first time?
Yes. Go check it out if you haven't. Up here, somewhere.
Somewhere
There or over here. And while you're clicking things, click the like button for us and the subscribe button. Do all of the things. That'd be great. But yeah, today we first we've only met today, as it were, and we thought we'd just throw around what was the first riffs you sort of heard and wanted to play, and what was yours? How we all link up a little bit.
Segueing into Schism.
Yes.
Not the first bass line I heard, but the first bass line I heard that sounded anything like that, because it's such a weird leady kind of bass riff, and it's quite chordal as well. Because Justin Chancellor in general is quite a chordy sounding player, but it makes for a really big bass sound when it sounds like multiple instruments when it's just one bass, and I've not before that hadn't really heard that.
Very true.
So it was one of the main bass riffs I heard that went, wow, that's really something new, and it kind of pushed another boundary, it broke another boundary.
Yeah. And I completely forgot as well, like the actual intro of the song is those bass chords, aren't they? That sort of stepping up. And it's such an atmospheric sort of song building, all with bass.
So bass led.
Yeah. But we're we're trying to sort of think of songs that were meant a lot to us as we were learning. Obviously, Cici. I'm a massive Tool fan, but it's one of those things I get lost in their music. So it's the point, and I loved it, and I can play a few of their tunes, but it's one of those things I can never do it. To me, I think justice. So I'm like, just put the bass down and listen to it. Yeah, I'm just gonna put it on loud and listen and just absorb. But there's some fantastic when it comes to odd time signatures and everything. That's probably one of the first bands that I got into, apart from the odd Metallica song, probably on like Master of Puppets and things. That was just like, oh, okay, what's going on with the time there?
It's not very proggy kind of.
Yeah. And then they obviously push it now with like polyrhythm polyrhythms, which is incredible stuff. Yeah, you need to be kind of a mathematician as well as a musician to work out what's going on. But
I can hear it, but ask me to count it or deconstruct it. I'm like, I don't.
It's like call your drummer friend.
Yeah,
come and help. Like, where are we in the bar? Where are we? But it's it's amazing. I think that first album I got was the 10,000 Days. That was when I first.
Me too.
Really?
Yeah. That's what got me into them.
Yes, that's it. And the Pot was the first song. I was like, that just drew me. I did a bit more of a pop song when it comes to Tool. Sorry, but a bit more catchy commercial.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
But with that rhythm, I'm not interested. I've got to do it.
So cool.
With that syncopated,
so simple, but it's so effective.
That bounce that you get from it as well.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, what are you doing? How can I do that? How can I do it? But yeah, it's amazing like how we were talking earlier about like these songs and these bands I used to be into, like just they got me playing. So the Chili Peppers, Iron Maiden, Guns N' Roses, Metallica, they were my four, I guess. And then my parents, like the involvement like Bowie and Jamiroquai and the Beatles and the Stones with my dad was always like, cool on the periphery, and I kind of enjoy some of their music, but no, I'm a rock player. But like now it's all flipping, and you kind of feel like, say, even getting ready for this, it was like, oh, I haven't played Run to the Hills since I learned. It was my favourite song ever at the time, and like that's all I was playing, trying to work out how to gallop. I couldn't do it with my fingers, and all that time that went into it, and then I think like, oh, okay, I'm doing that again today pretty much. Like, come on, Cici, please, it's got to teach me where are we going? So it's quite amazing how your brain, over the years, just for me, it's kind
funny
of
how you
pushed
evolve.
that out. Yeah. But I think I'm definitely better in other areas when we're playing, but something I thought I nailed years ago, like, nah, you need to keep practicing these things, because they disappear, definitely. Yeah. So actually, talking about Run, we had that, so it was the first song you learned, was it?
Yeah, one of them, I think it was possibly the third.
Okay, yeah,
so,
nice.
And it was your first, right?
Literally, yeah, just from hearing that song for the first time from a friend that played guitar in school.
Amazing.
And he's like, you come on, like, here's a bass, you know, and it's, you know, the Gallop, but, you know, just do whatever you can.
Yeah.
Without a pick. If you've seen the other video, I've blabbered on about it. But yeah, using the 20p, didn't know what a pick was. Horrible sound, but pretty much got there, you know, like, but even now, see, with a pick, ooh. Okay, right, you can get it, but it's not the sound, is it? It's like, and you almost feel you're cheating. When you're playing any Iron Maiden with a pick, like, Steve would not be happy, I'm sure, like, so yeah, getting that, and do you do the 3-finger thing?
I do.
Yeah.
So again, there's a story about that, because when I first learnt it, that I knew he did it with his fingers, and I wasn't 100% sure how, so I taught myself to do it with 3 fingers, and then in more recent years learnt that he does it with 2.
Oh, he
so
does? Oh,
instead
okay,
of like, so you've got with 3 fingers, it's got that kind of... But then I realised he's actually going... It's like, it's
for hours.
It's mad.
Hours
I don't know how
every
he does
night.
it.
You know,
Yeah.
Like what? That is, yeah, that's some power in that hand, right?
Yeah,
Like,
so much stamina.
and I don't know if have you ever played his signature P bass?
No, I haven't.
You should have a look. I don't know if we've got one in now, but it's the heaviest precision bass. I don't know if it's just like his preference, but I think it's based on his 70s actual original one. And it weighs I mean, we've played some heavy instruments, but just the man must be built like an absolute tank, you know, just literally like throwing that thing around and pumping away like that.
I was really lucky. I got to meet him after one of his British Lion gigs, and I was surprised because he's really small. Like, I'm not the tallest person, but he was only about maybe a foot taller than me. But he's muscular.
Built for Maiden.
Literally,
That's it. Right, okay. You're talking about that technique. We're talking about Run to the Hills.
Yeah.
It's like for everyone there, and if you don't know what we're talking about as well, say like the Gallop, and say as Cici's showing there, so like, talk about either 3. My thing, right, was the Robert Trujillo technique. Yeah. That it was like, well, okay, that seems like I might be able to do that, and it cheats a bit. When you like flick the back of your nail.
See, that's something I could never get my head around.
Yeah, and same. It was like just for triplet stuff, it kind of worked for me. You can kind of get it going.
That's so cool.
A little bit, but moving around, then it gets a little bit. I'll start fluffing it up, but. You're absolutely right. Getting that steady with 2 fingers, but yeah, the 3-finger thing I've never been able to get. And then is it Billy Sheehan with 4?
I know.
Can do the 4-finger.
Yeah, that's bizarre to me.
The man's an alien.
So it depends if you want to play it with 3 fingers or 2.
Okay. Yeah.
But if you're starting with 3, then I tend to start with. My ring finger, and go backwards. So it's like rather than.
Ooh, interesting.
Feels really weird
that
at first.
Does, yeah. But okay, yeah, with a bit of slow it down.
Yeah.
Keep practicing.
That's how I did it. Was just kind of start slow and then gradually work up to it. But 2 fingers is literally just... So I think I'm starting with my middle finger. So it's weird to slow things down.
Oh,
to analyse what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's basically all middle finger.
Yeah,
so it's
Yeah, that's it. Because So I lead with the first finger, but I'm muting with the second. Like, well, you know.
Okay.
Oh, no, I'm not. Oh, no, I'm muting with the first. That is exactly right.
It's really
when you
weird.
slow things down. So, yeah, but that's amazing. So, because I would just automate, I always think of, like, what my bass teacher told me, the first thing, like someone walking, and pull down with your first thing. But say, I mean, we've studied a few people over the years, and you think, like, just people's technique obviously is part of your sound and overall tone and sound and how the strings are attacked. So all these little differences, make people's own little personal touch.
Yeah.
But
again, I think it comes down to like what works for you, because some people naturally lead with their first finger, but I lead with my middle finger.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
kind
and
of,
to say it's not you're not right or wrong
No.
either way. You know, say it's comfortable. You've got the technique
yeah.
down. It's what's comfortable for you.
I would say the number one thing that is important though with that kind of thing, and speed in general, is to keep your hand really relaxed.
Oh yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I always find like when I was first learning it, I would keep tensing my hand up, and it got rid of a lot of the dexterity.
Yeah.
But the more I relaxed my hand, the more it kind of flowed. So I went from like to.
Yeah, and you
like,
can hear it actually as well,
Yeah.
can't you? So you can hear the tension in your when you're
Yeah.
that staccato.
Yeah, it's quite like staccato. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And it's amazing. Say all these things. We've never really sort of talked about these things, but say it has such an effect on, you know, even just if you're trying anything out really, or as part of you getting some new gear, a bass, an amp, or some
Yeah.
pedals. Obviously, these will make anything sound slightly different to compare to like how I will play it, or someone else on the channel that you might watch might play.
Yeah.
You know, like so. That's where I think the uniqueness starts to
Yeah,
come in,
exactly.
doesn't it? But
Yeah.
nice. Okay, so we show the rest of the riff for
Yeah.
the ladies and gents. Wicked.
Such a cool riff.
Oh, it is. It's great, and even hearing it, say, even getting to that sort of speed, you know, is
Yeah.
no easy feat, you know.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, like as you said, just keep it comfortable, you
Yeah.
know, and obviously precise and getting all the notes
Yep.
there, but then speed it up.
Exactly, and it will really push you as a player. It will help you a lot, especially with your right hand, with your dexterity and stuff like that.
Too right. Yeah.
Did you play it at full speed, Cici?
Yeah, sure. So.
What a tune. That's
so
great.
cool.
And so just keep them that, you say, oh, you need to hear like a few bars of that. Dun, 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 dun,
You know
like,
what
until
it
you're in.
is.
Like, oh, there we go. They got kind of famous for that as well, didn't they?
Yeah.
Iron Maiden, that's sort of in there, in the vein of Maiden.
Yeah.
Like Gallop.
Definitely.
Well, nice. Well, yeah, thank you as well for mine. Like, say, it brought back so many memories just thinking about that song and not actually hearing it for a while. I listened to it this morning. And what a tune, just overall, just generally, what a tune.
Great, isn't it?
It's great.
Yeah.
So much
what is
energy.
it about that riff that makes it so iconic, do you think?
Apart from the Gallop, because I think the bass is quite loud in the mix. I
It
always
is,
know, like,
yeah.
especially for that intro part as well.
Yeah.
You know, like, do, do, do. Really cuts through. I don't know. I think it just overall, it's not just the bass, is it? I think that
Yeah.
whole Gallop to the song
Yeah, I think like
is the thing. I think.
I think it is. A lot of it comes down to the Gallop. That is probably the most iconic part of it. But I think the note choices and how they sit in the song as well, like galloping aside, because I know Steve gallops in a lot of their songs, but there's something about the Run to the Hills riff that is particularly iconic, at least to me.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I would say it's possibly how the notes sit in the song as well, but
Yeah.
who knows?
No, this is it. No. And this is, say, like what you hear when you're listening to it, compared to me, compared to Oz, compared to anyone.
Exactly.
Like, say, you're going to pick certain things out and that really that you dig. But yeah, for me, it is that Gallop. It wouldn't be anything without. It was like it was more of a straight.
Yeah.
Do.
It won't really
like,
work.
Ooh, isn't it? What is this? Sweet.
So,
Oh, yeah. Well,
How about you?
Another song that we both like had something in common with. But I mentioned "Hit Me with the Rhythm Stick," which was something that again I came back to recently, having to learn it for a band, and been put under pressure. It's like, yeah, come on, get those semiquavers down
Yeah.
again. But I remember just as a piece, just to learn, and again, as a right-hand technique, you know, like for this, as you were saying for Iron Maiden, there's that Gallop, but for straight semiquaver playing and just keeping steady with your two fingers, I found that was really, really cool. And it moves around the chords quite nicely, so I think it gives you quite a nice introduction to sort of moving around and like, you know, the shapes on a bass, as it were. So let me, oh no, don't need that. Let me see if I won't try it at full speed yet. So this is the general riff, right? So, all right, and yeah, basically, so Cici learnt this as well. It's like, again, we've got...
It was one of the early songs I learnt, but let's see if I can remember it. You'll probably have to teach me now.
There's one of those that every now and then it's like, oh no, I've missed something there. Oh, there it is, you know. But it's all good, it's good. So this is the main riff. So oh, I got some chorus on. Didn't mean to do that. But, so that's and then you're into the verse, which is where it starts really manoeuvring around the chords. But yeah, even just keeping that the steady semiquavers is a feat in itself. So you know, I'd definitely say with this, like just half the time with the metronome and just, you know, really. See, I can't even do it. That's why you should practice these things. Is the main kind of gist.
Yeah.
So now let me remind myself. So then we're in the verse. Which is pretty much the vibe. So it moves around a few more chords, but all in that semiquaver vibe with a few important stops, as it were. Just those little pauses, little breaths.
Yeah, they really make it.
They do, yeah. And it's just that little pause in the music. All these teeny, it's literally just one semiquaver I think is missing out. But yeah, just that little breath does make it. But
such a cool bass line.
It's wicked, isn't it? And even just like the chords, the chorus chords. Starts major, like a nice happy, you know. Third time round. Chromatic thing that's wicked. And then you're back in. But yeah, so that is mostly around that F minor pentatonic shape, really, as it like down this end. And same when you're up here, just moves to what we got. G sharp major, and then a C sharp, some sort of major thing, and then back to an F, right? So it's mostly those three.
Yeah, so clever.
It's so clever. And actually, I can't remember what the actual stuff, because I met Norman Watt Roy at a gig that I played at the 100 Club, and it was one of those things where I didn't know we were supporting someone, but we turned up and he was playing with Wilco Johnson. Have you seen him?
Yeah.
No, you've got a story. Go.
No, I got to meet him as well, and I got to meet Wilco as well. And they were both so nice.
Yeah.
Aren't they?
This is so mad. Okay, yeah. So first gig I did at the 100 Club, and like.
That's amazing.
It was the sound check, and I saw someone just sort of standing near the stage, and I already asked, like, can I use this bass rig? It's sort of here. Like, oh yeah, guy's happy to just use anything. You know, like, you sure I should really go and talk to him first? You know, just, no, he'll be fine. Like, just like, all right. And then so someone just in the darkness, you know, like kind of sort of stand in front of me, and like, he's like, that was good, mate, that was good. And then just walked up, and like, that sorry. I'm like, this is how relaxed I am. I'm sorry, it's like a normal chat. I'm swearing and everything. But yeah, such a lovely bloke. And then just witnessing him play, like after we did our thing, that beaten up jazz bass, like to hell, like hardly any pain on it. And the way he plays and the amount of sweat and everything, like, just attacking the bass. And he was about 70 odd then when I met him, and like just still going for it. So Norman Watt Roy, what a legend, what an absolute legend. Check out his playing and his gorgeous jazz bass. That's just me being biased, but
He's
So
amazing.
you met him at the bar. Where did you?
I
where
did, yeah. We was playing a gig with Wilco at the Mars Bar in Worcester, which is down by me.
Sweet.
And I
Great
didn't.
name for a bar, by the way.
I know.
It's brilliant.
I did not expect to get to meet him because I thought, oh, it will be some big event and he'll go straight backstage afterwards and like not talk to anyone. But the Mars Bar is a really low-key venue. There's like no barriers in front of the stage or anything. It's just like the 100 Club.
Yeah, yeah.
And afterwards, he was just kind of milling around in the crowd and like actually actively talking to people. And I was like, oh, I wish Wilco was around as well. It'd be really cool if he was down here. But unfortunately at the time, he was really ill.
Yeah, yeah.
But I thought, well, I won't pester him, and obviously especially not at that point.
Yeah.
But I got chatting to Norman Watt-Roy and he was like the loveliest guy ever.
That's it. 2 endorsements. Look.
Yeah, go and check him out, he's amazing. And we got chatting, he was like, oh, you can meet Wilco if you want, I'll take you backstage to him. I was like, oh,
Nice.
cool.
Yeah, yeah.
I think I was about 13 at the time.
Wow.
So,
Talking about sort of like a performance and a performer, like, and again how different music affects different. Like, I'd never seen anyone perform like that before,
Yeah.
especially live. I think that was the first time I saw Wilco, his band, like. But the way he attacks the Telecaster and storms up and down the stage, I was
So
like,
cool.
Who is this man? Who is this man? This is amazing. This is amazing.
Wilco Johnson is a gem.
Yes, yes. That big, bright telly sound as well. Just absolute genius.
yeah, he was really, really nice as well. But really quiet and very understated, but you could tell he had a lot of time for you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was forever grateful for that. So
Totally. Oh, amazing. There we go. And just, yeah, so weird. Say, look, we're linking up on all these bass. Say, we're saying it's like, is this just us? Is this just like a coincidence? Or
Is
are
it a
all the
bassist
bass players
thing?
out there, do you follow the similar sort of path? Have you got asthma? Do you
do you have back problems?
Yeah, do you have the same back
Weird
problems that we
wonky
do?
backs.
Does your mum tell you, don't play bass, play proper guitar, and you'll be fine? You know,
But
'cause-
is your mum then a convert once you start playing
yeah,
bass?
this is it. You know, please let us know, because this would be really, it'd be fantastic if it is, but it's probably just a coincidence, you know, but there's too many happening, you know, as we go. But you do you just tell me if you need.
Let's see how far I actually get
'Kay.
in this.
Okay.
Great. Winged that.
Yeah. I say first time round for a little while as well. That's it is like you're saying with the I Maiden track, similar thing. It's just like getting those that nice and steady sort of pumping semi-quaver thing. So
Yeah.
I find it as well, like the muting, like left-hand muting, like with semi. I don't know if you find the same thing, but with semi-quaver playing like that, I like a little bit of muting, like especially if you're on one note for a bit. It gets that little bit more staccato thing
it's
going,
more percussive, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think for that song, it really sort of drives it a bit more.
Yeah.
But yeah, lovely, nice. Okay, yeah. Sorry about that.
Cool.
I forgot.
No,
But yeah,
no,
look,
don't
you're
be
on
sorry.
it. You're on it. Norman Watt-Roy, we're doing you proud, man. We're doing you proud.
He is.
Bass players unite.
Me 10 years ago hopefully was.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is it. Yeah. And again, something like I learned first, a few months, as it were. It's like as a good bassline just to get down, but say you learn other things and things get pushed out, don't they?
Yeah,
it's like, no, this is
exactly.
more important right now. Get out. But
But yes.
right, yes.
So on to
Tool.
Schism.
Those
So,
lovely people.
as I'm sure probably pretty much any Tool fan knows, Justin uses a pick.
Yes.
Which is not necessarily my strongest forte, but I can get by on it.
Same. I'm exactly the same. Yeah. I try my best.
Yeah. So it really is kind of important that you use a pick because it gives it that more percussive sound, and he's got quite a zingy bass sound, and the pick is part of what gives it that tone, basically. But I found this was really good for learning hammer-ons and stuff like that.
Good shout. Yeah,
And again, weird rhythms, weird time signatures. So the riff is.
Are you counting, children? Did you get that? 'Cause Do you count? Do you count still, or do you just feel
Not
it? Because
particularly, yeah.
Yeah.
I've never particularly counted because I'm not great with numbers anyway, so I can generally feel
Yeah.
stuff. But dyscalculia, which is
Oh,
basically
really?
like number dyslexia.
Oh no, fair play. Yeah, I always struggled. There was a technique that, again, my bass teacher taught me, which was like takadimi takita taka, the Indian way of
Yeah.
counting odd times. So I think that's 7. Takadimi takita. Yeah, takadimi takita takadimi takita. And but after a while, I think you start feeling those.
Yeah.
Those line of accents. So anyway, so what we're doing here is that's a bar of 5 and a bar of 7, isn't it? I think
Yes,
so.
if I
1,
remember
2, 3,
correctly.
4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But I'm like you, like you said. Like after a while, there's probably obviously the pros out there that have been like, no, you need to count everything, and you need to everywhere where you are. But I just go into the beat,
Yeah.
feel the pulse kind of
That's
thing.
a point with like if you are someone that struggles to get your head around counting stuff, it's not the be all and end all. There are
Totally.
ways that you can kind of, one, you can feel it, and two, like you were just saying with that other way of counting it, it's a more rhythmic way of counting it.
Definitely,
So it makes you
yeah.
think of it more musically, and that might help you get your head around it.
Yes.
Kind of.
Yeah, absolutely. That really did open up for me
Yeah.
when you sort of going through that, and then open it to 9. You just add 2 more, 11, 4 more than 7. So you've got that basic taka dimi taki ta. Add
So
2 more,
cool.
taka dimi taki ta taka taka dimi taka ta taka ta. So you got 9, adding 2 more, and not that I practice as much as I should do with that stuff, but it's only normally with these sort of bands that you think, oh, okay, right, get into the feel of it,
Yeah.
you know, and. But especially with Tool, I think it's quite important when you've got like bass and guitar doing polyrhythms as well, and the drums as well.
Yeah.
They're all kind of counting in their own zone, as it were, and they're all coming together with the overall song.
Yeah.
It's you can get a little bit lost. I can definitely like just like where am I again? Where am I again?
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard the new tune Numa.
Yes,
Right,
yeah.
for the bass part, right, and like just the guitar and bass are doing totally different things.
They
and
are.
like if you're not counting, if you're not keeping track, like I get lost. It's like
Yeah.
the bass like
what-
rhythm. Yeah, you got it.
I've never actually learned it, but it's, what is it? Something like that.
No, you're on it.
It's
That's
in
it. And then it's
amazing.
like, okay, you kind of think, right, where am I in the line? Oh, I'm here, okay. Now I
Yeah.
need to change, because the guitar comes in and it's doing that
Yeah.
polyrhythmic guitar riff over
And,
the
and
top.
then Danny comes in with that.
Yeah. The accent's
Something
like,
like that.
okay, all right, boys, all right, what we doing? It all sounds beautiful when you do it, but I need to be involved as well. Yeah, great. Sorry, yeah, we're getting distracted.
Yeah.
But yes, right,
It's
yeah.
all important. It's all learning.
Totally, no, totally. And yeah, for Schism, as you said, yeah, just you can count it if you feel you can count it. Otherwise, just get into the actual feel of it, and
Yeah,
you'll be good.
absolutely. So it's pretty much, it's a fairly simple riff once you get your head around it, but upon first glance, it's really odd.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
once you've got it, it opens up a whole world of actually like, oh, that's that. And then suddenly loads of other things open up and you realise they're not as difficult as they appear.
Absolutely, it's not as scary as it looks. Yeah,
Nope.
definitely, or sounds. Like, how am I going to do that? I can hear already as well, like because Maynard does that really lovely kind of odd semitone with his
Yeah,
voice.
it
When-
almost clashes, but in
Yeah.
a really nice way.
just gives it that little sort of wobble to the whole
Yeah.
sound, doesn't it? So mixing, yeah, sometimes it sounds like landing in major rather than
Yeah.
minor, but
So
bass.
if you wanted to go to the next bit, it's literally the same thing, but moved down so you're playing the open A, so you end up with yeah, it
Yeah.
is the same.
just like a lower octave with the
Yeah.
A in it, like
And you end up, the only difference is you end up with a longer gap in the middle on the A, so rather than being, he holds off on that and goes.
Yes, yes.
But it's pretty much the same. You just kind of got to feel where it sits in the song.
Exactly. Yep. I know, you might have heard we tried because there's a guitar harmony that's over the top. Oh, wouldn't it be good? We try and work out that. But yeah, that's going over it. But that was just. I think like.
Yeah.
You go for it. I'll join you.
Go on then.
Good.
Sounds great with two basses.
It does sound really nice, doesn't it? Yeah. This is yeah. So you need to get a bass friend. Go and find another bass friend. Do this sort of stuff. This is where it is. This is great though. This is really fun. Nice. What else did we have? We had Led Zeppelin song.
Led Zeppelin.
Okay, right. Yeah. So this was just one. I think this was one of the first Led Zeppelin tunes that I tried to play. Like Led Zeppelin, it was Black Dog. Like just that song got me into them. Like ooh, and then. Just finding this song as from my bass teacher saying, look, yes, but there's some really cool other ones as well. And this is off Led Zeppelin 2. I think it's the second track or third. But it does this. It's all around like a major pattern, so it's mostly A and E in like a major pattern. But again, kind of lovely pauses and pauses in a specific place that make the bass line kind of thing. So a little bit like this. So. Let me try that again. I think it goes down to that one instead of that. I think it's there. But so yeah, John Paul Jones.
That is a lovely bass line.
His best, isn't it? And it has got some lovely little variations as it moves through the song.
Yeah.
Mostly with the little accents here, with that run up, that. Sometimes it goes. Teeny little variations on it that you think, oh, okay, something was different there. And that was what was he doing? Yeah,
I'm going to be practicing that now.
Yeah, it's a lovely one. And I don't think it's fretless that he plays, but he's kind of got that sound when he wants to, that really warm, slippy, slidey sound without taking the frets out, as it were. So, but yes, that's pretty much why we're here today, really. Just to see, say what your experience was, like first few tunes, learning. We should probably do Where We Are Now. That'd be a good one as well.
Yeah.
What are you listening to now? You know, it's like as we're doing
versus
versus this, But hopefully this has been helpful. We didn't really talk about effects and amps and people but it's literally just like this is bass lines that were important to us.
Exactly. It's mainly the bass lines.
Yeah. So hopefully you've enjoyed.
Yeah.
And hopefully you can get a bass friend as well, like this, and you can have as much fun.
And as much in common.
Yeah, it's getting a little bit creepy. As the hours go past, it's like, wait, we born the same person with the same, we come into the world, it's like the male and female version of the same person. Wait, what are we doing?
If you've got some bass lines that set you up as well, let us know.
Totally. Yeah.
What are some bass lines that mean a lot to you and why?
Yeah, it'd be interesting if there's similar ones or completely different ones.
Yeah.
And say, I mean, we haven't even got to this, like, we never should ask a lady their age, but you know, I think where we are is like generation. I think I'm probably a few years older than you.
Yeah,
But
I'm 23.
So, wow!
I was 23 in May of 2022. So.
Oh wow! Okay, so there's a good decade then. There's a decade in it, right? So even that's quite interesting to see because we started a decade apart, but similar kind of vibes and similar songs and similar ailments as we've got as well, which is interesting.
Like wonky backs.
Your wonky backs and asthma. No, nice. So yeah, if you would like to see more of us with our wonky backs and our asthma, please join us again for more All About the Bass. That'll be beautiful. See you soon.
See you soon.
Ta-ta.